Hello? Hello?
Who are you after?
Hi, it's Jim. Sorry to ring so late.
Who?
Jim.
Not here.
No, I'm Jim.
You, Jeff?
I'm Jim.
Jim?
Yeah, Jim. Just wondering if you got my message.
No. I think you've got the wrong number, old son.
No, I haven't. Definitely not.
What have you rung then?
I dropped a message earlier for you. I left it on your mailbox.
In the mailbox?
That's correct, sir.
Let's have a look at the map then.
Okay. Hello?
No message there.
No, on your voicemail box. On your answer machine.
I haven't got that.
On your answer machine?
No, I haven't got an answer machine.
Oh, right, because when I phoned earlier, there was no answer.
Well?
And it just said beep, so I left a message. Did you get the message?
No, I haven't got any of that equipment. You've got the wrong number, old son.
No, I haven't, because I've checked the number now. It's on my screen.
All right, then what number have you got then?
I've just pressed redial from my earlier call. I'm in work, I am. I haven't got a list of numbers. They come up on the computer.
Look.
Did you get the message, though?
No.
It's important.
No message.
Right. Who else? Has somebody else picked it up for you?
No.
Who else answers these messages?
Nobody.
Right.
No, nobody answers any messages. I haven't got an answer machine.
Well, that's why we left on, because it was so important.
Yeah, well...
Obviously, it's your benefit.
Well, yeah, it's not my machine because I haven't got one, son.
Right. Have you got one of those new BT phones?
I've got nothing like that. I've got a telephone and that's it.
Yeah, but isn't it BT Harry?
No. All I've got is this telephone that I'm speaking to you on.
Have you had anything through the post?
No.
Have you got a fax machine?
No, I haven't.
Email?
No, nothing.
Are you on the web?
No.
The intranet?
No.
E.com?
No.
Furley douche?
No, nothing. I've got a telephone and that's it.
Yeah, but is it one of those new ones?
No.
Because you can leave messages on some of them.
No, it's an old one.
Look,
what number did you ring, for Christ's sake?
It's just come on the computer, dial direct.
No.
We've left you a message. You want to know what you think?
Look, pal,
yeah.
I haven't got any of that equipment that you mentioned.
Yeah, it may have come through the Royal Mail.
I don't... Bloody hell. It may do.
We need to get this cleared up, because obviously it's to your benefit, as you probably realise by the message.
What name are you after?
It's just to the householder.
Oh, for Christ's sake. I haven't received anything at all, pal.
No, it may have been due for yesterday.
Nothing, and I'm not interested. Good night.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello there, sorry to call so late. It's John Wilson here from Channel 7. That's regarding the new channel that's starting next week.
The new channel that's starting next week?
Channel 7.
Don't know it.
Have you seen it in the paper? There's a launch starting next week?
No, I haven't.
All right, it's a new sports and drama channel.
Right, okay, yeah.
But basically, you've been selected to receive it free, okay? On a first week's trial run.
I don't want it, thanks very much, John.
It's actually free, sir.
Yeah, it's all right, John, but go to the next person on the list, all right?
You don't want it?
No, not thanks.
Why's that, sir?
I just don't want it, that's it.
You have any reason for that? Maybe, maybe your favourite channel one day?
Well, it may be, but at the moment I'd rather not have it.
Well, we actually pay you £200 to trial it for a week, basically.
Well, go to the next guy on the list, I don't really want it.
We'll give you 300 then.
Sorry?
We'll give you £300.
No, don't want nothing.
All you have to do is fill in the questionnaire and watch the channel occasionally through the week.
No, thanks.
A grand.
No, thanks.
I can't go any higher than 1,500 quid.
No, thanks at all.
I have to watch TV for a week.
Yeah, no, you go to someone else.
There's people doing that for 50 quid a week, and their hours in benefit.
Sorry?
That's 24/7.
Well,
you can make £1,500 just by watching our Poxy channel for a week.
Thank you, John. Why didn't you do it, mate?
Well, I'm going to do it. I signed up with 5 different fucking names.
No, you're swearing now, man. Have a nice evening.
Hello?
Hello?
Hello, it's Lewis Carroll here. Regarding the advert in the Auto Trader, the ad trader.
Oh, right. It's closed for this. She's not in at the moment.
So you must have had my grandfather's cock?
Yeah. Could you bring back tomorrow?
Yeah, does he collect, does he?
No, we just want one for our house.
You do?
Yeah.
When's he likely to be able to come and have a look at my grandfather's cock?
I don't know, we should ring in tomorrow. He's arranging stuff.
Have you got a mobile on him?
Yeah.
Oh, what's the number, please?
077
Yeah.
158
158 67
245.
24. What's his name, man?
Brian.
Pardon?
Brian.
Brian. It's not Brian Coffey, is it?
No.
Alright. 077 158 67 245.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Hello there.
Hello, is that Brian?
It is, yeah.
Hello, yeah, I had a call earlier from your wife. Are you want to buy my grandfather's cock?
I might well do, yeah.
Yeah. Well, do you want to come and have a look at it? How can you do it? It's a big one, it is. Big cock.
Is it?
Yeah, it's my grandfather's cock. It is, you know, it's in good nick.
Yeah.
What sort are you looking for, Brian?
Well, I don't know really. Something of what kind of height is it?
Oh, it's about 6, 7.
Yeah.
7 in a stretch.
Quite so. Whereabouts are you?
Where in Nice? Near Nice at all?
Neat. Yeah.
So,
What's your contact number there?
right, it's I give my work number. It's 01639
639. Yeah.
299
Yeah.
355. Now, I have to warn you, I've got 3 people coming to look at my grandfather's cock this week. So obviously you need to ring me as soon as you get a chance, Bri.
Yeah. So what's it? 0639 is it?
Yeah. 01639
01639 299
Yeah.
355.
355, yeah.
Yeah. If I give you a ring tomorrow,
Right.
perhaps we can make some arrangements then.
Yeah, but that's fine, but I won't touch a cock without you, mate. But yeah, as long as you're willing to have a look this week.
Yeah. Shall I ring you in the morning?
Yeah, that's great. Any time in the morning after about 9.
What kind of money are we looking for it, approximately?
Oh, you'd have to have a look. It's a lovely beast. It is. It's a lovely unit, you know.
Yeah.
It's in tremendous condition.
Is it?
Yeah, well, he hasn't touched it for bloody 30 years, you know.
Oh, never.
You know.
Yeah. So I'll give you a ring in the morning.
Lovely.
What's your name, please?
Fergly douche.
Sorry?
Fergly douche.
Phil, is it?
Yeah.
Okay then.
Lovely. Thanks, Bri.
Thanks.
Bye.
Len, weren't they cruel to him?
Horrible. No need for that at all.
There is a sleigh bell. You might get some advice. Bring on the waitresses. So you have some advice from them, Len?
Yes. Well, back in about 86 I got divorced from my wife after the best part of 30 years of marriage. Suddenly found myself spending Christmas alone, okay?
So you've been alone, so you know what you're talking about?
Yeah, so I spent a couple of Christmases alone and decided then I wasn't going to do any longer. So what I decided to do, and I've done ever since, I go on holiday for Christmas.
Right, even if you're on your own?
Well, you find me like to meet somebody when you're away. Probably a lot of reminders for David of previous Christmases gone by when he's been happier. Someone's going away from it all. You know, you never know, you may meet somebody, maybe get your cock sucked.
Oh, right. Len,
Hello,
are you still there?
I'm here.
You know what you said just now?
Yeah?
Why did you say that?
Well, everybody likes that for Christmas.
Right, your telephone number, I'm doing this on air, but I'm going to give your telephone number out so that if people, want to give you a good old telling off, because I'm fed up of telling you off, and people like you, so I'm going to give your phone number out, Len, and I'm going to say that if a listener wants to call you now, because you're fed up with all this disgusting language on this show, then you have my full blessing. His name is Len Jones, and his phone number is 01792 517 188. Because you heard what he said. 01792 is a Swansea number, 517 188. You heard what he said. If you feel like giving him a call and telling him that he shouldn't be using that language on this show, then you'll be doing me a favour. And then hopefully we'll never have to speak to him again. That's 01792 517 188. That's Len, who just swore on the radio. You've been... Forever the way. So I'm just putting Len's number into my special file of people that swear on the radio. And if you don't call him, I will be calling him. But I'll leave you to call him first. His number is 01792 517 188. He goes on my blacklist here, and it's a list of people that use, well, that particular formation of words on this show. Everyone that uses those words, I will put their number on a list and read them out at regular intervals so that you can call them and give them a hard time if you don't want swearing on this show, because we are fed up with them. They're paving the way for humanitarian operations. Let's go to George in Clanridian. Hello, George.
Hello there, right?
Okay, reaction to Adam.
That was his name, I was going to ask you that. Is that the guy from Tenerife? He's on holiday, yeah?
He was on holiday in Tenerife and he had a gay fling. Much to his own surprise, he's 18.
Right, well, his age could be largely relevant in this. Now, there's a lot of people, I didn't want to give him a real name, but a similar, well, a couple of years when I was about the same age. Now, you hit the nail on the head, possibly, when you talked about experimenting. Now, he may have just hit a phase where he's just looking into his sexuality, or, you know, it could be a one-off. He may be gay, he may be bisexual. But this, you know, this is a sort of age where he will discover this for himself, one way or the other.
All right, as you've commented, past comment on his age, what age are you, George?
I'm 48.
Right, and did you 30 years ago have a similar dilemma or fling or experimentation?
In a different world we lived in then, okay?
Yeah, but you just have to be quieter about it. It doesn't mean that you do different things.
Oh, yes, obviously, but in those days, like he said, his mum was aware of it, right? Now, the thought of me, when I was 18, going up to my mum and saying that I had feelings of a sexual nature for another man, especially saying that to my dad,
yes,
right, that would not have been an option.
He would have brought his belt to you?
Very, very possibly. Very possibly, yes.
But it doesn't stop you actually doing it.
Nothing will stop you, you know, because there's a force inside you driving you.
Did you have that driving force?
I did at one point. I think, but that's what I say about experimenting. For me, it was more of a phase.
Just before you carry on, I'm not cutting you off. We've had an 18-year-old and a 48-year-old. Let's go to the next generation. I'm addicted to using my grandfather's pipe. It's amazing. Well, what could you say to that? What would your dad have said if you'd borrowed his pipe, George?
Well, my dad was rock, right? He was a towering man. I don't know. So, touch his pipe, it would have been like touching his wife. You know, not so much to me, but to another man.
Yes.
You know, his crack pipe.
So you're hiding a feeling, or you hid a feeling because you didn't dare let it out? Is that what you're saying? Did you actually have a relationship like
yes,
Adam?
I did. In university, I did.
Right.
That was, in them days, in university, that was somewhere where you could sort of admit in certain circles that you were gay or you were, you know, seeing men and women. But it wasn't the norm in other walks of society. In universities, that was one of the few places where gay men could sort of hang about in groups, if you like, socially.
Yes.
Sucking cock.
Oh, you idiot. You really are. I don't know, he comes on with a mature voice, and he comes on with a place other than just say Swansea. And you know what I threatened to do last night? I'm sorry to be like the teacher, and I'm sorry to keep people in detention. It's not like that at all. You're a man. You enjoy listening to this show. And that's why you'll probably enjoy listening to what women have to say. Because you wouldn't call me anyway. You probably don't care. It's only those few. You know, it's like the whole class stays behind. It's only those few. Those blokes that have come on, spun me a hoax story. I know it's a hoax story. They get to the end. Why don't you just leave it at that instead of just coming out with a four-letter word? So, we're banning men tonight. Where are you in your relationship? What do you think of your man? Are you getting enough? Maybe you don't need men. Let's go to the phones now. 5 from when? Let's find out what the year is tonight. Hello, it's 5 from when? Who's calling?
Hi, babes. It's Kathy.
Hello, Kathy. What's the year?
I think it's 1996.
It's not Kathy. Hello, it's 5 from when? Who's calling?
It's Gavin.
You're a bloke. Thanks for your call. One of the case studies they did in one of the newspapers, mums will seem less dedicated and get less responsible jobs if they can't guarantee putting in extra hours. I work hard out of choice, says this single woman, not to fit in with somebody who does have kids. That's one of the things we could be talking about tonight. The world is seen from your eyes as a woman. Female callers only till at least midnight. Hello, Stacey.
Good evening.
Hello.
Hi. I think what you're just saying about jobs, I think it's going to be true. People will be more reluctant to employ women if they think they're going to be unreliable.
And do you think this case that I've spelt out today sets the precedent, not only legally it sets the precedent, but you think that is actually going to be the behaviour, the standard behaviour from now on?
I think, well, with the police it's different, because I think if a woman joins the police, I think she's more likely, 9 times out of 10, that she's either had her kids or she's planning not having kids until she's very much older.
This woman has kids, and she decided with her husband, mutually they decided that she would be the person who looks after the kids.
Is this law going to apply to men? Men with kids, can they say they can't work shifts?
Yeah, there was a case recently in the news yesterday, actually, where a guy has had to... he's got his day planned around his kids as well as his work. It's about the first time it's ever happened, apparently, that I've read about.
Is that legally though?
Apparently, it's just whether you can take the company to the tribunal and whether you get the right result. That seems to be the case with what's happened today, or what has been reported on today.
But is it going to make any difference if you suck cock?
Are you actually a woman, or are you a poor excuse for one?
It's closer than you think, and
Prince Charles has appeared in public with a patch covering his left eye. He got sawdust in it at the weekend when he was sawing a branch. When questioned about his injuries, he joked,
But is it going to make any difference if you suck cock?
People you get to talk to, are they on this planet? Cuckoo, cuckoo, cuckoo.
call the wave now.
But hardly any calls tonight now we've banned the men. Isn't that strange? I've never really noticed, but have I really been doing shows that feature 90% male callers? And I said that we'd keep going with talking to women until midnight, and then we might extend it as a women-only show until 1. Well, it does work both ways, because women are texting and not calling so much. I think I'm just going to end that now, so we can end it early rather than late. It's flexible, and I'm in charge. So there. So it gets back to a man. And it always gets back to men, because unfortunately what a lot of blokes are doing is calling and pretending to be women. But, I can hear the old Lily Savage in there. They must think I'm incredibly stupid, and they're giving me names like Mary. I mean, for God's sake, do a decent job of it like Lily does. That's why you're unemployed and he, Paul O'Grady, is earning megabucks. And nothing to do with a woman, or probably talking about them. It's Philip. Hi, Philip.
Hi, Paul. How's it going?
Terribly. Where are they?
Well, me or women?
Women.
I don't know exactly.
It proves that they need us.
Well, you say it's ladies only show, right? I was expecting, like you said, find out what they think, without having to ask them.
It's a great opportunity wasted, because what they do think is all, it's all on the fingernails. It's those long fingernails, then they cut them off, and then they start texting at the speed of light, and what they say on the text
That's a good point. Since texting, I suppose the nails have been a bit
you know, it's something they used to always have long nails. It must be hard texting.
Well, I didn't want to go down this route because I was going to be very respectful of women tonight, but they can no longer scratch your eyes out. But the only reason they can't do that is because of texting. So thank you, texting. Thank you, God.
I didn't think of that. No, what I was going to say, my girlfriend, if you listen, I love you, you know, and all that, yeah? But I'm my mother as well. Love her to death. She's brilliant. She's done lots for me. Always there. But they've always got something to say. Do this. If I do something, do it like this. Do it like that. If I do it like that, they say do it like this. If I do it like this, they say do it like that. You know what I mean? It's very same for most boys, right? And tonight now, you give them a platform to air their views so I can think, right, where is she coming from? You know, where's she coming from?
Exactly. That's why I thought it would be so fascinating.
You know, inside. Like, I tell you what's interesting, right? Spying on your girlfriend, right? When she's with her friends. Not so much spying, but listening, right? You begin. Right? Because the things that they say to each other, you will never, ever hear them say it to their partner.
I know, and it's not like they take you along as the token guy for the girly drink, because then they change. The best behaviour comes out of the wardrobe with the clothes, doesn't it?
Even with my female friends.
Yeah.
You know, not just my girlfriend, overhearing them talk to each other. It's different when I be there. For example, there's two girls, I won't name them, right? Sam and Steffi, right? No, they know who they are, right? When we go for a drink, it's three of us sometimes, right?
Yeah.
You know, my girlfriend knows it's all about board and all that, right? We go for a drink and we'll have a chat and everything else, and they're quite open with me about things. But when they're on their own with their friends, if I'm not there, even if, you know, I go to the bar and I overhear things, you know? And it's a different vibe. They'll talk about, I don't know, second cock and everything.
Oh, really? You know, you were making such an articulate point there, which proves that you are, I think this is the first time I'm going to use that word, insane, because, you know, thick people, I can imagine, you know, trying to desperately to lead up to that word, those words. But if you're reasonably intelligent and you make a good point and you sound like a mate I'd like to go out for a drink with, and then you do it, then you do need psychiatric help. And
very, very possibly. Very possibly, yes.
Well, let's see if this call can sustain us either side of the news. I doubt it. Hi, it's Midnight Caller.
Oh, hang on, let me turn the radio down.
Hoax. Hi, it's Midnight Caller.
Hiya, Paul, it's Carol.
Hello, Carol.
I've had a dirty tonight of all them blooming dickheads. Right?
I'll let you get away with that. Yeah, that's good. Okay.
All right, I've heard you all tonight. They don't ever think of those I cannot... You know,
No, don't say that.
The constructive work you do.
Okay.
I've been on a few times, you know.
Yes.
Right? And I think they're the most ignorantest people that God put on this earth. I had a phone call this morning, 4:30, of an old woman whose lights went out. Right? She didn't know me from Adam.
Right.
Right? And this is the truth what I'm telling you. She was trying to phone her grandson. Right?
Yes.
And I said, look, where do you live? As it happens, she lived by me. Right? Why don't some of them dickheads, whatever they are, wherever they live, do something constructive instead of phoning up, messing you and saying to you different bloody things.
Well, they've got an easy life, that's the problem. And then, you know, somebody else pays for the phone bill, the DSS normally, or their mum usually. And
but it's not me, I pay my own phone bill.
Yeah, I know, but they don't. And I suppose it's an easy life and they don't have to...
And I went out,
yeah.
But she knew me when I told her who I was, but I told her if ever she got it again to make sure that she knows the person, because if she didn't know the person, because she was afraid to go to sleep, a TV went
Do you want to hang around till the end of the news?
Pardon?
Do you want to hang around over the news?
Well, it's entirely up to you, darling, but I'm just telling you there's a lot of bleeding twats, excuse my language.
Well, I can't argue with her, so I didn't cut her off at 1 Celsius by door. The language was a bit rich. I do apologise for that language, but I thought, that, you know, from a lady...
The station that makes things happen. Number 1 across South Wales. On 96.4 FM. You're on the way.
Jim has a similar problem to our caller Craig from last night. It proves the point that some people are not able to deal with friendly banter. Interesting. Thank you very much. 0845 105 2106. Let's go to Swansea and speak to Craig. Craig, you're live on the late night phone-in.
Good evening, mate.
How are you?
Oh, somebody at the door. Yeah, good, thanks.
Oh, let them in.
Yeah, bye.
Who's calling round your house this time of night then, Craig?
You know, God knows.
You go to Craig and somebody's ringing his doorbell. Craig, you there? Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, the line is terrible, Craig.
Should be better now.
That's a lot better.
Yeah,
that's
great. Some work downstairs, that's what it is.
Right. Who was that at the door then?
It's Burner, it was.
It's who?
Burner.
Right, okay.
Ashley Burner, in a Burner.
Oh, right, okay, fine. Right, Craig, bullying.
Yes, well, you were again last night moaning about bullying in work.
Yeah.
The workplace is notorious. There's always going to be banter in there, you know. If you can't stand the heat, get out of the kitchen. That's, you know, that's the way I look at that, to be honest with you. I think bullying is overrated. Now, there is all this fuss going on about bullying in school these days.
Yeah.
It's always gone on. It's character building. Now, I was bullied severely in school, not so much by my peer group, but by teachers, you know. Because, you know, years ago, the teachers could get away with a lot more than they can get away with now.
You were bullied. How were you bullied by teachers, Craig?
Physical violence, mental torture, you know, all sorts. It was commonplace 30 years ago. The teachers were allowed to hit you, really. You know, if I went home and said to my parents that one of my teachers had, you know, hit me,
yeah,
I'd have had a row with my parents asking, well, why has the teacher been hitting you again?
Yeah, sure.
You know, rather than defending me. I was actually beaten up once by my headmaster to the point of being unconscious. I wanted to take action. I phoned the police. The police came round. I had a clip across the ear from my local bobby. And he said to me, you know, why are you upsetting the headmaster? What have you done? It wasn't a case of investigating what the headmaster had done. All the adults concerned, excuse me, it was more a case of what had I done to deserve it. You know, I was guilty until proven innocent, if you know what I mean.
I do know what you mean. What did your parents say to that, Craig?
Well, my dad said to me, what have you done? And all I'd done, basically, you know, dinner tickets. I'd basically been taking dinner tickets off all the Indian children. There's a lot of new Indian children come to the school. They didn't actually like the food that was being served, so they used to bring their own food in.
And they probably didn't know what the dinner ticket meant as well, I guess.
Yeah, they didn't actually need them because, you know, as I said, they used to bring their own food in because they didn't like the food.
Right.
So I just used to go around taking all the dinner tickets off the Indian children, and then I used to sell them, and then share the money out between me and my friends.
You used to sell them?
Yeah. You know, just to get money for fags and things like that. But the headmaster found out about that. He was absolutely furious, as you can imagine.
Yeah.
Called me in his office. I thought he was going to cane me. Bent over. I won't say what he did then, because it's a bit rude for, you know, radio show. But it was completely out of order, basically, what he did. He has actually been struck off since. But when I told my father then about that, he was more concerned about the tin of dinner ticket situation rather than what the headmaster had done to me with the tip of his...
all right, Craig, all right. Okay, Craig, okay. Now, let's be sensible about this. What would you be doing today if you've been at the sharp end of, you know, being bullied in school? And obviously, perhaps kids that are being bullied in school affects them through their teenage years as well and early adulthood. What would you like to see in schools then to combat this problem? Because we had Gemma Lang. I'm sure you heard Gemma's story last night. Gemma was speaking on the show last night because, of course, it is National Bullying Week this week. And Gemma set up a website for kids, and not just kids, for adults as well, who've got bullied. So what would you like to do? If you've been in the situation that Gemma's found herself in, what would you be doing about it, Craig?
I think the answer is to turn it into more of a free-for-all. Now, rather than...
Hey, what do you mean a free-for-all?
Well, rather than bullies being persecuted, I think, you know, a bully is just a coward, really, in disguise.
No, you're right. A bully is a coward in disguise, yeah.
Now, what you're going to do is find out why these children are bullying and then channel that You know, there's a lot of the children I was in school with who were bullies have gone on to have very successful careers in the police. You know, because they've been able to channel that sort of bullying type attitude. Some of them in the military. A lot of them have gone into sort of cooking. But, you know, there's basically you've got to take people's skills and use them wisely. Rather than say, oh, he's no good because he does this. He's no good because he does this. You know, all children have got talents, whether that be for physical violence or for more academic things or sport.
Hang on a minute. How can you call being involved in physical violence a talent?
Right, let me tell you.
I don't get that unless you're talking specifically about somebody perhaps along the lines of a boxer.
Well, not just that. You've got the WWF, WWE. You got kickboxing.
Yeah, but that's controlled. But that's controlled, though, Craig, isn't it?
Well, no, it's not. Not in the streets. Not in the streets.
So what? So hang on a second. So are you telling me that if you were to walk down the street tonight and you saw two people, right, going hammer and tongs at each other, and using acts of violence, whether it's punching, kicking, whatever.
Yeah.
You're attributing that to having a talent. Is that right? Am I right in thinking this?
Sort of, yes. They're both up for it. Yeah. You know, if
are you off your head, Craig?
Well, what have you got to think, right?
No, Craig. Are you mad or so? Are you You're telling me then, if there's a street fight going on, you're telling me that those two lads who are knocking 7 bells out of each other, they've got a talent. You're attributing fighting, are you, to if you like, having a talent?
But you're looking at the human race from the 21st century point of view.
Please say no, Craig.
No, but seriously now, hear me out, right? You were looking at everything from a 21st century point of view. Now, if you go back, say, 500 years, right? Being a human being, if you were incapable of physical violence, you would eat. You'd have no shelter. You know, a lot of people these days have forgotten what it is to be a human because we have become so domesticated. We are animals. And a lot of people are still in touch with that.
Craig, your real name isn't Roger by any chance, is it?
No, it's not like that.
It's not Roger. Okay, right. We've established that thing. I can't believe that you're attributing sort of being involved in any sort of physical violence as having some sort of talent. I'm sorry, nobody at all that gets involved with physical violence for the hell of it, that isn't a talent, Craig.
Okay, then let me give you an example, right? Say, for example, you were walking down the road tonight, right? In the middle of the night on your own, yeah?
Yeah.
There was somebody walking towards you. They immediately then started hitting you, okay?
Yeah.
Now, would you rather be able to beat that person up, or would you rather them beat you up? What would you prefer?
Well, that's a very daft analogy, but as you've asked me, I think it would have to be me. Well, I certainly wouldn't want to be beaten up myself.
Right.
Yeah, so it would have to be the other way around. But you'd try and stop that from happening, wouldn't you?
Well, no, I wouldn't. You would. But you've just admitted that you'd rather beat somebody up than be beaten up.
Well,
you agree with me, really?
No, hang on a second. It's called self-defense.
No.
You don't want to beat somebody up. It's called self-defense.
Right, so you're telling me there's no fun in fighting. Is that what you're trying to say?
There's absolutely no fun in fighting. What do you think? You're having a laugh, are you?
No, I'm not. I think you're forgetting what it is to be a human.
Yeah, to be a human, Craig, is to walk away from trouble like that. So let me ask you a question. What you'd get stuck in, would you? If somebody said to you, "Hey, Craig, come on, let's go off and have a scrap, me and you." What would you do? You'd go, "Yeah, come on then."
Yeah, I'd throw myself up first, and then I'd be straight in.
Craig, let me out seriously. Come on. If somebody said to you, "No, Craig, listen. You're out on a Saturday night."
Right.
You're out on a Saturday night. You're in a busy bar.
Yeah.
Okay? Right, it's me and you.
Right.
We're at the bar. You ready for this?
Yep.
We're at the bar. Somebody comes over to you, nudges you. Oi, watch what you're doing, mate. Oh. Okay. Now, what do? Do you respond to that person in an aggressive manner and go, outside now? Or do you go, yeah, no problem, mate. That's perfectly cool. What do you do?
I would react in that situation.
You wouldn't react?
I don't think... I'm not saying you should fight in clubs and pubs. That's somewhere to go to relax.
But these things...
There's a place for fighting and there's a place for drinking.
There's no place for fighting, Craig.
Of course there is.
There isn't a place for fighting. Where is there a place for fighting?
Just really for the adrenaline rush.
Nutter. 0845 105 2106. No place for fighting. I'm sorry. And there's no skill. And there's certainly no talent. In fact, I tell you what, Craig, are you still there?
I'm here, yeah.
I'm glad of that because I just want to draw your attention to Paul, who's called us on line 2. Paul?
Hello, mate.
Hi, you're through to Craig.
Hiya. Hiya, Craig.
Hello, Paul, all right?
You're off your friggin' tree, man.
Oh, thanks.
Somebody else who agrees with me.
You're off.
You're judging me.
What planet are you from?
Cumberland.
What?
From Cumberland.
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 Oh, very good.
But see,
You're not from our world, man.
You're judging
You don't
me and you don't
do
even
what
know
you're
me.
doing.
You're judging me and you don't even know me.
I don't have to know you.
So
We do not go out to fight. We go out to enjoy ourselves. And then when you're out, you enjoy yourself as best you can. And if it happens, it happens. You don't go out looking for it like...
Somebody killed 35 people and you give him a Victoria Cross for it.
Hey, Craig?
Oh, come on, man. The man have earned a Victoria Cross. Have earned it, man. You are being so disrespectful there.
Yeah, Craig.
He's earned it, yeah, by having the ability
Craig.
to go out and kill people.
No, Craig.
We've all got the ability to kill people if we're serving them.
I think what we'll do is we'll move on. I think we'll leave Paul and Craig there. For a start, I'm not having language like that on this show. And Paul, I'm letting you go, and Craig, I'm letting you go as well. And I think, Craig, just get yourself a little bit of intelligence before you call the programme and call the show, because I was trying to get a little bit deeper into what you were actually saying. And Paul, really, really disappointed in you. 0845 105 2106. This is Real Radio.
Let's go for the phones. This is too exciting than just to set things up, really. I just want to go straight for it. Hello, thank you for calling Evans Confessions.
Hi, it's Jeff, yeah. I just want to talk about the difference between men and women.
What's the difference, Jeff?
Well, I don't know really, but I was want to give, talk to that guy who's on at the start. He was saying about he's having a bit of trouble with his girlfriend or his wife since they had a child.
A bit of trouble with, well, there's a bit of trouble in the relationship between them, yes.
Yeah. But basically, I think he needs to sort of get out more, join a couple of we have this all-male sort of group, we go down to the woods, just dance around really, just express ourselves as males, and we feel that when we actually get back to the house with our wives and the children, we can actually be far better citizens.
Can you just turn your radio off a sec, because this is interesting.
Bear with me.
Because we can't make sense of it unless you turn your radio off. Okay, I'll be with you in just a sec, okay?
The Wave Ticket Terminal, Swansea 775-130.
Come and join the magic of Disneyland
On 96.4 FM, The Wave.
Jeff?
Yeah.
You dance with men in the woods.
Basically, there's a big group of us. We go to some of the most beautiful spots around the Gower, all around the world really, but the Gower, living down here.
Where are you from?
I'm from Canada originally.
Right. Because in Britain and in Wales, a spat is something that you hit to fly with, but I love your accent. Okay, we've had a Frenchman on. It's funny how French and Canadian are so closely related. Anyway,
is that a problem?
No, not at all. I'm just sort of trying to make a rather cheap link, really. I'm sorry about that. Now, you said that this guy Adrian should get out more. He's already going out 3 nights a week, so surely you mean he replaces one of his pub nights with your witch dancing night?
It's no, well, who mentioned witches, man?
I did.
The last thing I could be is a witch.
Wizard, then.
You seem to make fun before you get any information about this.
All right, well, I'll tell you what, I'll shut up for 1 minute. If you can talk for a minute, starting now, on exactly what you do and how it will benefit Adrian and his partner.
Okay, basically we find ourselves a location in the week, and then come Saturday, so Saturday night, maybe sometime on a Sunday night, depending on what's happening with our families. We go down there, pitch our tents, maybe go fishing, get a load of wood together, come to, you know, darkest hour of the night, we'll just all take our clothes off, dance around the fire, hug each other, say a prayer for our families and for God and the Queen. So obviously there's different religions involved, so it's not, you know, it's not a religious thing. And basically we'll go into the sweat lodge then, and heat up the stoves and just sweat it out in there all night. Come out in the morning, go for a swim on the sea, and go home and, you know, feel really good.
You've got 15 more seconds if you want it.
Well, okay, we go home and we have some fucking sea.
Yeah. You really have got a language problem, you see. You know, you are an absolute disgrace to Canadians and French people, you stupid little...
Well, brothers and sisters, 01792 896 964.
Hello, Matthew.
Hello there, good evening.
Confessions on 96.4 FM. The Way.
What do you want to confess, Matthew?
Right, a couple of years ago I used to work in First Line.
Oh, is this the company that went pear-shaped?
Just a little bit, yeah. £14 million pear-shaped, yeah.
Okay, well, I don't mind what you say about that because it's all gone down the drain now.
Yeah, no, it's okay. Anyway, well, I was quite well known now because I was a team leader. And I was one of the floor managers at one point. Matthew Todd, if anybody's out there, you remember me.
Okay.
Now, we had a bit of a syndicate, a lottery syndicate in work.
Yes.
You know, for my particular team, there was 12 of us on that team. And there was one week, I used to organise it. We had a copy of all the numbers, obviously.
Yes.
And there was one week, we had 5 numbers.
Yes.
And it was on £1,800. So I went into work on the Monday. I think it was about either 10 or 11 in the syndicate. It was like nearly £200 each it was. So I put all the money into envelopes for everybody, thinking they all be chuffed, you know what I mean?
Yes.
I went into work on a Monday, and nobody mentioned it at all. And I thought everybody used to check the numbers, and everybody had a copy. So nobody mentioned it. So I thought, fuck it, I spent the money.
You thought, damn it, I'll spend the money. Another word like that, Matthew, and you're off.
Oh, sorry, no, I thought...
I don't mind what you've done at First Line, which is a company that's gone down the drain, and I've heard lots of stories there, but I don't want you to use that word. Okay.
Oh, sorry, yeah, I thought, damn it, and nobody mentioned it then. So I didn't bother giving anybody any of their money. Why, what have you heard about First Line?
Sorry?
What did you hear about First Line?
Well, I heard about First Line.
Very interesting place to work.
Yes, that if you didn't meet the sales targets 2 months running, they used to stick a dunce's cap on you and stick you in the corner, make you do all your calls with the dunce's cap on. Is that true?
Not strictly, no. There was a hat that used to get passed around.
Okay.
But that was sort of a voluntary thing, I think.
Well, the hat was passed around probably for voluntary contributions because there were so many redundancies that, you know, that you'd need the money, and I don't blame you for keeping the 1,800 quid because I expect it went towards your redundancy money, didn't it?
Well, we would find that most of the people who actually worked in First Line, they could actually sell, which it was a selling company, yeah? It's a sales company. The people who could actually sell I've earned very good money ever since, in one place or another.
It wasn't the fault of the workers?
It was the fault of the ones who couldn't sell.
All right, so you said a bit of a hat, or a hat was passed around. Was it a dunce's cap or not?
No, it wasn't one of those pointy ones. There was all sorts of things that you get passed around. There was like Christmas, obviously, at one point.
Yeah, but was someone made to wear an embarrassing hat because they were a lousy salesperson?
No. There was one thing they used to do at one point, right? If you didn't get a sale for an hour, they'd put a balloon on your desk, yeah?
Yes.
To show that you hadn't sold the phone for an hour. All we should do then, there's helium balloons as well, just swallow the helium, go on the phone and give it your...
Well, I suppose if Bart Simpson came on the phone and tried to sell me something, I'd be a little bit more receptive than the...
I've sold phones made with a cross between an African, an Indian, an Italian and a French accent rolled into one. I put on a false stutter, sold phones.
Really? You said, you know, I need money to, you know, to get special counselling so that I don't have a speech impediment. You know, you see what I mean? The moment I start... The moment I start talking about speech impediments, I have one, yeah.
It's just a matter of opinion. You know what I'm saying. Put it this way, right? Well, go on then.
What, you want me to put it this way for you?
No, put it
Not for you, darling, no. Sorry, I'm listening.
What do you get if you cross a cup of tea and a glass of squash?
tell me off air, because you've already used one word. You've got one black mark, one dunce's cap. What do you get if you cross a cup of tea with a glass of squash? What's the answer?
Glass of gloss.
I don't think we'll even understand what you said. What did you say?
A splash of gloss.
Are you on the helium now?
No, I'm on other substances now.
Are you? So not only have you lost your job, but you're on the wacky backy or something. He's a loser, isn't he?
You're grafting, boy.
Well, although I said in a way I can't blame him for pocketing the 1,800 quid and not giving it to the other people in the syndicate, I don't blame him for that, but it's clearly... It's a dangerous thing to do when the people in the syndicate are all being made redundant because that's their time of need.
Well, this is it. I mean, why did he cut his own throat? Like, why didn't he just shut up and enjoy the money?
What would you do if he called you in his helium voice, as, you know, sounding like Bart Simpson, and tried to flog your phone?
Tried to flog me a phone in an helium voice?
Yeah.
I haven't got a clue. I don't know.
Well, shall we try it?
What would you do?
Well, let's try it. Let's see how you
Why,
feel.
have you got helium?
Yeah, I've got some helium here. I haven't got any of the other substance, but I've got some helium here. All right, Wendy, so here we go. Let's just get me helium on again.
Hello, is that Wendy? I tell you what, your mobile phone network's gonna die! I got some bargains for you. By the way, the company is nearly going bankrupt. No, I don't think I'm going to buy your phone off you.
Yeah, I don't think so. Thanks for your call, Wendy.
Well, bye, Paul.
Bye.
Enjoy yourself.
Get on with your entertaining little show if it entertains you, little boy. No, she's a lovely lady. John.
Hello.
Right.
It seems to me like you stereotyped him straight away.
Stereotyping drug users?
Well, it's not a hard drug. To me, he gave me the impression
a hard drug?
Cannabis. He gave me the impression he was smoking cannabis.
So you've got it all in the can, have you? You know that it's cannabis, and therefore...
Well, no, I'm saying if it's a hard drug, obviously,
yeah,
I agree with you.
We just said a substance other than helium. It might be Coca-Cola, it might be Kellogg's cornflakes.
Wacky-backy, and wacky-backy to me is cannabis.
No, I said wacky-backy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And you said wacky-backy, so your opinion is...
I was joking.
Anyone smoking wacky-backy is a loser. And I can understand that.
I didn't say anyone smoking. I said he was a loser because he...
Well, it's not the impression you give. The impression you give was that anyone smoking wacky-backy, as you call it, or cannabis, is a loser or is bad. It's not true. Loads of people smoke cannabis.
No, I was saying he was a loser because he sounds like a tosser.
Even lawyers...
Not because he...
I'm not saying you probably
Not because
yourself.
he might be taking something, but because he sounded like a right jerk. Especially as he just pocketed his colleagues' lottery syndicate money when they'd all been made redundant.
I'm not commenting on that. I just phoned up.
No, sorry, this is the evidence that I have built up against him for why I think he's a tosser. Or sounded like a tosser.
What I phoned you on is that you instantly stereotype someone because they smoked wacky-backy.
I have no idea what he smoked.
Well, you did. That's what you said in the radio.
I said I thought perhaps he might have been on the wacky-backy. If I remember my exact words, I don't know, but I didn't say...
To you, because you're smoking wacky-backy.
I don't suppose he is on anything. I expect he's just saying that he is to make an impression.
But do you think anyone who smokes wacky-backy, who smokes cannabis, is bad?
No, not anyone, not everyone. No, I don't think everyone who smokes cannabis is bad. Obviously, some of them are. And so people who haven't touched a drug or a drop of alcohol in their life, some people are bad and others are good.
Yeah? You think cannabis is a hard drug yourself?
I didn't say that. Where did you get that from?
Yeah, but do you?
No.
It's a question I'm asking.
No.
You don't? Well, that's fine then. That's cleared it up for me.
Mark?
John.
I'll get him next time. Hi, it's Evans Confessions.
Oh, hello. It's not a confession I'm after. It's an apology.
An apology?
Yeah, well, I come on your show, made an opinion, and now apparently I'm a tosser.
You're in sales. You were in sales. Have you got another sales job now?
I've had several sales jobs since, and I have one now, yeah.
Yeah. You've pocketed your friend's lottery money.
That was not the time they were getting made redundant.
No, but I mean they need it, don't they? Because they've all been made redundant.
Made redundant at this point. This is about a year before we were all made redundant. Everybody's on about £1,000 a week.
Listen, let me do you a deal. If I say sorry to you for what I said for calling you a tosser, which I think probably I ought to do. All right, sorry for calling you a tosser.
On air, obviously you call me a tosser on air, so you may as well apologise on air, innit?
I am. We are on air. I just want you to answer John's question. You're not on drugs, are you? He thought you were on drugs.
Yeah, I have been, I smoked cannabis tonight, and I bought a little bit of heroin, and I've had a few cans of lager.
So you've had cannabis, heroin and lager?
That's correct, sir.
You're a tosser. Charlie in a mo, probably. Patrick now. Hello, Patrick.
All right.
Yeah, how are you?
Good, thanks. Good.
Okay, so this hit a nerve with you, this top-heavy or bottom-heavy relationship thing, did it?
Well, not so much hit a nerve. Basically, I've been seeing someone for close to a year.
Yeah.
Who's a lot older than myself.
Right.
You can't laugh. Right, 40 years older.
40 years older? You don't sound like you're in the immediate flush of youth, if you don't mind me saying so. So how old are you?
I'm 22.
Well, you are. You've just got a mature voice. So she's 62?
Well, no, she's actually 60.
Okay, 38.
Almost 4 years.
Well, who's counting? But 4 decades older.
Yeah.
Another generation, at least. Probably, maybe more than that. She could be your grandmother, really, couldn't she?
Yeah, easily.
She could. But, of course, you've thought of that before, and that's not the most original comment, but it paints the picture on the radio. Cause
well, I mean, you can't help who you fall in love with, do you know what I mean?
No, there's nothing wrong with the relationship, I take it, is there?
Sorry?
Is there anything wrong with the relationship?
No, not at all. Well, basically, we went... Initially, we didn't tell anyone.
Right.
I mean, still to this date, we haven't told anyone...
Really?
About the relationship. I mean, we see each other 4 times a week. And we haven't actually told, but we actually had a long discussion about it over the weekend.
Right.
And we both feel that it's time to start, I
should think
if
so.
we've been together for so long, we may as well start telling people.
Yeah. The thing is, though, I mean, who could you upset? Without being funny about it, I mean, is her mother alive?
Sorry?
Is her mother and father alive?
Not so much that, her son.
Ah.
Yeah.
Yes, the siblings, they start to interfere.
Yeah.
They're more critical than the parents, aren't they, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the thing is, her son is actually older than myself.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, that is understandable. I was reading a little bit of the Des O'Connor biography, and his current partner is younger than one of his daughters, I believe. But so there we are. But then when you've got money, you can handle anything, can't you?
Yeah, well, exactly.
You can cope with the 3 relationships and the 4 daughters by 3 marriages and stuff like that. And they're all beautiful because, of course, they're all models, and I'm sure your partner's beautiful as well.
Well, in my eyes, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So what did her son start to say?
Well, no, that's the thing. Basically, what we'd like to do is sort of, I don't know whether you'd mind us doing it, is saying it over air.
Well, say what?
That we're actually together.
Okay. Yeah.
Is that all right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you going to get down on one knee or something?
No, basically, all I'd like to say is that it's your mum.
It's my mum?
It's your mum, yeah.
Does that turn you on saying that?
Sorry?
Does that turn you on?
Well, your mum does.
My mum turns you on? How do you know my mum is still alive?
Sorry?
How do you know my mum is still alive? If I told you my mum wasn't alive, how would you feel?
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's so wrong.
What you said is wrong because you are a cruel, heartless, sad, very immature person who happens to have a very mature voice. And you're going to get into a lot of trouble with that. I tell most people to grow up, but I think, I think you should keep your mouth shut, and then people won't realise that you are as young as you are. And my mum's very well, thank you very much. I just wanted to make him feel bad. Cheap shot. Charlie?
Hello.
What can I do?
Hi. It's good to hear your mother is okay after that. That was out of order, that was, wasn't it?
Oh, most things are.
No, they're not, but that guy, I was just, when he said that, I was thinking, I was praying that your mum was alive, basically.
No, she is. She is. But the thing is, I mean, shall I tell you why I said that?
She could have died yesterday, couldn't she?
Yeah, shall I tell you why I said that? That's exactly right.
Right.
I first started thinking about this when I went into a garage on Valentine's Day, and the woman behind the garage obviously wanted to flog some flowers to me, you see. And she said, to cut a long story short, she said, these would be nice for your girlfriend. I bet she'd like those. And I thought, number one, I might be gay, and why should I share that and volunteer that information? And number two, she might have died yesterday.
No, without any, yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, of course. So people make that last call just really spun me out, to be honest. I forgot what I was going to say.
I'll tell you what.
You know, imagine, you know, because when he said that, I just thought, oh my God, I don't even know if... sorry, I don't know your name. What's your name?
It's Paul.
Paul, sorry. Paul Evans Confession. I know it's Evans. I couldn't really say.
I think Evans has become my middle name. It's Paul Evans Confessions. Yeah, you're right.
But, yeah, as soon as he said that, I thought, oh my God, is his mother still alive? And I thought, you know, she died recently, and somebody just, like, use that as an insult, not knowing whether she was still...
You see, if my stepson had walked into the garage and the thoughtless woman behind there who wasn't meeting her sales targets said, I tell you what, to the 12-year-old, you know, how about these flowers for your mum on Mother's Day, you know?
Yeah.
And you know, he was only just coming to terms with it. I'm talking hypothetically about hypothetical people. People make a lot of assumptions, don't they?
I've lost it a bit. Sorry there.
What I'm saying is, you know, you could upset a child by... I always say to a child, you got a mum and dad?
Me, personally, yes, they're both alive, yeah.
You said, no, but I say to a child, I say, you got a mum and dad? Because I don't want to say, oh, these flowers would be nice for your mum on Mother's Day. And she's, you know, she died 6 months ago. Do you know what I mean? People... And everywhere I go, they always think I'm the boy's father.
Oh, have you got a guardian?
Have I got a guardian?
Do you ever use that as the first question? Because as a child myself, well, I was with my mum and dad for a while, and then my dad had to work, and my mum lost her head a bit, so I was with my grandmother, and it was like, she was my guardian as regards, like, school forms and stuff, yes?
Yeah, guardian...
So when I was actually, like, speaking to other people and saying, no, you have to give your mum and dad, I was like, no, I live my guardian.
Yeah, that's fine on the school forms.
I had, like, bouncers, I actually feel like I had, security guards, yeah?
Yeah, I know, like a minder.
Yeah, deep down, but...
Like, I could be so good for you, do anything you want me to. Yeah, it's fine on the school form, but it sounds a little pompous. It's like saying my partner and I.
You know what I mean, yeah.
Yeah,
you know,
so you have to think of a less formal word, don't you?
You've been there, you have, haven't you?
Yeah, I've got a partner and I'm a guardian to 2 boys. You see, it all gets a bit messy. But thankfully, the boys' parents are very well.
There's people who said to me, oh, you don't know what he's talking about, but you have not just the radio thing, you have the experience of it, yeah, in life, yeah? You know, your situation, well, I don't know your situation, but I presume because of your knowledge that it's not just you and your wife and your 2.4 children, everything's completely happy, yeah? You know, you live in the same world as the rest of us, yeah?
Except that she's not my wife and they're not my children, as I said. But what did you want to talk about?
Say it again?
What do you want to talk about?
Well, I don't know. I just find it... I've been listening to your show this week, yeah? And it's just really... I don't know, I feel a bit embarrassed, actually, because I've had a half a bottle of wine tonight.
But something made you call other than the wine, hopefully.
Yeah, well, I've been listening to the show all week, and I haven't drunk wine since Sunday, you know? But it just seems like such a community attitude. And I've been in London for the last 10 years, up until about 3 or 4 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And in London, there's so many groups where you can meet people.
And so many groupies as well, yeah.
You meet in strange places. You don't feel comfortable there. But with the wave, I find, it reminds me of the internet, you know? You can actually get to know people first before you have to, like, show who you are. It's so hard to explain. So me personally, I'm about 4'6", yeah?
You're 4'6"?
Yeah. I'm not actually registered as a dwarf, but I'm like one of the shortest people in the country. But it's like I'm looked at as a sort of a freak type character when it comes to
this is interesting now.
And things like that, you know?
Okay, Charlie.
Yeah?
This is interesting now. Now, I said unbalanced relationships, and I then thought that means people are unhappy, so I called them top-heavy relationships, you know, where the woman is 60 and the man is 23. Yeah, no, hang on, let me get to the end of the sentence.
Very relevant to top-heavy...
No, I'm getting into that, right? I said that, you know, I was talking about top-heavy and bottom-heavy relationships age-wise, and now you've talked about you're starting to bring actual height into it. Now, what you said there was interesting. Can so-called dwarfs, if that's the politically correct term, acceptable term, can you be registered? Do you register?
Well, it depends on the actual height. Well, there's two ways of looking at it, okay? We've got...
No, just tell me, can you register as a dwarf?
Please, I will answer your question.
All right.
Now to speak, yes?
Yeah, but I want you to do it succinctly.
Obviously, you have control over the microphone, but I have control over the actual facts, yes? We have so many people making fun of us.
I'm not making fun of you.
You wouldn't believe it. 9 times out of 10, when we're invited onto radio shows, when we're invited onto TV shows, 9 times out of 10, it's just for somebody to make fun, yeah?
Well, not here. I'm the 1 out of 10. I'm the 1 in 10.
Number one least. Well, you let me to explain to you then, yes?
Did you do a bit of singing then?
No, it depends on the actual height, okay? It's like under a certain height is a registered dwarf, and that affects job seekers allowance.
Okay, so what's the height then?
Housing benefits.
What's the height? What's the maximum height that you can be?
There's a rolling scale.
A rolling scale. Yeah. So what's the actual height then? Because you're 4'6", you would know very clearly whether you're over that or not.
I'm not 4'6". I wish I was.
You just said you were. You know you were singing 1 in 10 there.
Yes.
Have you ever thought that, although being a dwarf has its drawbacks, there's a lot of work in panto, and I've been in panto, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, and I'm making a serious point here that you can actually get work that other people can't get, and some people who might regard themselves as dwarfs will say, yeah. Great, okay, people might start to make fun of us, but then we can get lots of work. We can sort of live the role. Not everyone wants to do that, and not everyone can do that. And you can't do that because you can't sing. And also, you can't come up with the facts. You have a very slow mind, sir. And if you're going to be a hoaxer, do not come on here on this show with a Canadian accent, because I will immediately suss you. You can take me so far, and then you can take yourself off.
Only that for now. And I'll tell you why now. Right, you need to go on pack 6. Right, so you're spending about 40 quid a month. Right, that's not going to work. Pack 5, you need to pay for the phone. You need to go on pack 6. I'll tell you what to do, right? You go on 60 quid a month line rental, right, the first month. I give you the phone for Scooby, yeah? For fuck all, yeah? For nout. Fucking Brian Flynn's Mrs. Clout, yeah? And after the first month, you've just gone to $9.99 a month with the Foley Douche Foundation, plus Edmund's billing, plus VAT, plus fucking million calls.
Oh, fucking... what fun is it? Is that an upgrade?
Well, I can't upgrade you. You've only had your phone for fucking 7 months.
If I can phone?
I said you've only had your phone for 6 months, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right, but I can't upgrade you, so you have to take out a new contract. 2 bills. Twice as much. Yeah? You like?
2 bills?
Yeah, you pay for a long time. You pay line rental for a long time.
Why 2 bills?
2 bills, yeah. Like Rod Hull's fucking Gasgate's lookalike granddaughter said.
What you're saying, I know if you're going to upgrade...
Hold the line a minute, because I'm going to fuck off. Hold the line, I'm going to fuck off a minute. Bear with me.